Friends, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us here again this evening for this special 20th anniversary celebration.
I want to introduce our MC for the evening so you don't have to look at my face all night. Jason Michael was good enough to agree to be our MC for the evening. He made the mistake of donating clothing at a Second Chances clothing donation bin in Somerville when he had first moved to Boston and was living in Somerville. And he put it on his Instagram stories, and I happened to catch it, and I said, that's someone I need to know. So he's here with us tonight. Jason Michael is a multi-talented morning meteorologist at WBZ-TV Boston. Before coming to Boston, he worked in Cleveland, Ohio, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and Austin, Texas. But he's a Southern gentleman at heart, born and raised in Southern Mississippi. In addition to his love for the weather, he is a philanthropist, a volunteer, and a mentor, having done significant work with the American Cancer Society's Real Men Wear Pink campaign and serving as a board member of 2 Big Brothers Big Sisters chapters in Ohio, as well as serving as a volunteer Big Brother. His professional credentials are top notch. He is very adept at predicting the weather, even here in Boston, not even challenged by our crazy weather. So I want a big hand and a big Somerville, Cambridge welcome for Jason Michael, our MC.
I'm not sure if she was talking about me or some other Jason Michael or something like that. But before I start rambling on, if you guys watch TV in the morning, you know I tend to ramble. Can we please stop and give another thunderous applause for Andrea and herself? So as Andrea said, I probably had not been in Somerville 2 months soaking wet. And actually my partner Brian and he and I were driving, and he said, well, Jason, can you tell me a little bit more about the organization and how you got connected with them? And I said, well, Brian, I donated clothes. And he was like, really? And I said, yeah, like I had moved, and you know when you move places, and I'd moved cross country about a handful of times, you go through these periods and these chapters in life, and you know, so you sort of assess who you are and the person that you want to be when you go to a new place. And that's one of the great things about going to a new place. You can reinvent yourself every time. And I said, well, you know what? These pieces that I have, they've given me life. They have, yeah, I think I have even shoes in there. And I said, you know, they've taken me many places that I never thought I would go. With that said, I want to take an opportunity to exclusively thank our lead sponsors for this evening's event. First, Triumvirate Environmental. They underwrote the event, so every dollar raised here tonight can help support and further the work that Second Chances is doing. So we want to give a thunderous applause for Triumvirate Environmental as well. We're extremely grateful. And we also want to thank our leadership sponsors as well. The Patricia and Alan Shapiro Charitable Fund, Andrea's generous parents, and some of our longest standing supporters. Arbella Insurance Foundation and Eastern Bank, who are cherished partners in our work, and also the community that Second Chances has their reach on. And Berkshire Bank, who have engaged volunteers and banking partners for several years now. I'd also like to thank the volunteers for this evening, the Junior League of Boston, and also Cambridge Savings Bank. There are many representatives here tonight, as you see, and I'm sure you'll see on their name tags and things like that. Plenty of companies as well that you may or may not be familiar with. We don't want to miss anyone, so we put them up again on the slideshow so you can see those tonight, including Middlesex Federal there. So again, get some food, get some drinks, enjoy the music. DJ's going to have us pumping here. Enjoy the activities, and we'll be ready to get things kicked off here very shortly.
It's no coincidence that we're celebrating our 20th anniversary during Earth Month, a time when we're reminded of the importance of caring for our planet. Our work lives at the intersection of environmental action and social justice. So far, together, we've diverted 3.2 million pounds of clothing from landfills while supporting more than 7,400 members of our community. Second Chances has grown slowly and intentionally, adding a second staff position just before the pandemic. And when the pandemic hit, we discovered something powerful. Our model is adaptable, and our network of partners and supporters are stronger than we ever imagined. Our provider partners stepped up and safely delivered clothing to their vulnerable clients. Our supporters stood by us, donating more clothing and more funding than ever before. And that's all of you, so thank you for that. As a result, we were able to double our impact, reaching the members of our community who are hardest hit by job loss, housing instability, and health crises. Because of you, Second Chances has been able to remain a vital, dependable resource when our neighbors needed us most. 2 years ago, we added a third staff position and increased the number of people we're reaching once again. And we increased the number of clothing items that we're delivering to folks. Today, our community is once again facing uncertainty. And as always, those who are already vulnerable are being impacted the most. Now is the time, again, for us to come together and support one another even more deeply. The people we serve and our partners remind us our well-being comes from community. It comes from connection, it comes from compassion, and it comes from our shared humanity. And that's what will carry us through. Our 20th anniversary is a celebration of what we can do. It's a time to honor the people, businesses, and institutions that choose to love, respect, and stand with our neighbors. Second Chances will continue to find smart, sustainable ways to meet the clothing needs of our community. The funds we're raising here tonight will ensure that we have the flexibility and staying power to weather the challenges ahead and to keep showing up for the people who need us most. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for standing by Second Chances and the neighbors we serve. And thank you for helping deliver not just clothing, but dignity, strength, and hope. You make all the difference. Thank you all. And next, I am thrilled to introduce our incredible staff. Betsy Ziegler joined Second Chances 10 months ago as our first program and operations manager. Betsy's talents and her compassion have made us more efficient, more effective, and more connected. She's been instrumental in our successes over the past year, including planning and coordinating this wonderful celebration tonight. Thank you, Betsy. And Sarah Burnaby joined our staff just over 4 months ago as our Program and Special Projects Associate. Sarah's creativity, empathy, and positivity are already making a difference in how many folks we're able to serve and in how we imagine new possibilities for Second Chances. Sarah, we're so grateful you're here. I would love if one of the members of the Triumvirate, or one or more members of the Triumvirate environmental team would join us up here to receive an award on behalf of John McQuillan and Triumvirate Environmental. Come on up. Someone? Anyone? All right. Thank you. Hi. Elizabeth.
I'm John.
John. Fabulous. John McQuillan and Triumvirate Environmental have been cherished partners for all of our 20 years, always committed to protecting the environment and our natural resources. Triumvirate was one of our first corporate clothing donation sites back in the early 2000s when I was still picking up clothing in my two-door hatchback. They've since supported our work in countless ways, from transporting the donations from MIT's dorm cleanout to underwriting the expenses of this fundraising event so that every dollar raised tonight can support people in our community. Thank you, John, who couldn't be with us tonight, and thank you, Triumvirate Environmental, for being such amazing partners.
Hi, everybody. I just wanted to say how excited I am to be here tonight, and I'm so glad to have met many of you in the room, but I still have a lot of other people to meet. So please, if you see me walking by, stop me. I'd love to meet some more folks and introduce yourself. I'm thrilled to be up here tonight to present this award to Corinne Manders. Corinne joined Second Chances about 2 years ago, serving as a volunteer, working several times a month. She supported our work in so many ways, from working in our warehouse to helping with a public clothing drive to planning this event. We truly appreciate her enthusiasm, talent, and care for our partners and their clients. Thank you, Corinne.
I'm also honored to be here tonight and to present an award. Danielle Levine, I don't know where you are, but I know you're here. Hi! We connected with Danielle Levine when she was a staff member at one of our first partner agencies. She quickly became a thought partner and trusted advisor, eventually joining our board of directors, where her experience as a nonprofit leader and community member has enhanced our work. We are grateful for Danielle's partnership and shared commitment to our neighbors in need. Thank you, Danielle.